Hey guys, I'm gonna do a part 3 on that TikTok thing with the lady Miss Raya from TikTok that the hogs were harassing. Um, a couple nights ago, EKC was live and she played the clips that I had put up already, and I realized how confusing they were. If you don't know the whole story, just kind of randomly looking at it, it doesn't explain well. So I just wanted to kind of try it with the voiceover thing so I could maybe explain the situation. I think maybe that would be easier because I'm not really good at editing. On this one that I'm going to play first, it's her showing all her notifications for reports that she made because I think she was going back and forth with them. Of course, we can't see the other side of everything because they're on private. And I do think they were trying to keep this hidden from everybody. They tried to twist it. I just double checked because I didn't get those. I don't think I got them recorded. I know somebody probably has them recorded, but when people were tweeting about this on Twitter, that's why I had decided to upload it on this channel because I felt like they were trying to keep this hidden. And I was like, you know what? On Twitter, not that many people have Twitter. Let me just try to put it, and like maybe people will, it'll be there for people to share. And I wanted to put a little bit of explanation, which I didn't do the greatest job on. But I felt like they were trying to hide this because Mrs. Hogg made a couple of those YouTube shorts and she was trying to twist the situation. She was trying to say, like, she made it seem like if this lady was harassing them and that she was coming for their kid. And if anybody brought this up, that it was going to be, I can't remember who had put the screenshots and she was replying to, but she's like, oh, Mrs. Hogg, she always tries to twist everything. Hers is the victim channel, to cover up her gross husband's channel. So she will put something up and twist it up to make herself look like a victim. So her little followers will think, oh my God, they're coming for you and your kid now. So she put up this, making it seem like if this TikTok with this lady was showing, like, oh, look, she was, reporting us and harassing my kid because she said, if you are bringing this up, and it's in my first video, oh my God, I should have brought it on here. But she said, if you are coming, if you're going to show this TikTok account, you're showing a TikTok of a child, which was actually a lie. The account that was being shown on Twitter was her husband's. But she's trying to make it seem like this was all her daughter. No, it was a family thing. Her daughter, yes, was in the mix. And as I mentioned, like, she should be ashamed of herself. If my kid was doing that, I have a child right in the same age category, my child would be like not doing this shit. Like, I would immediately go on there and tell her to delete all her comments, probably have her remove TikTok, especially at the age of 12. This lady does make a point that technically she's not even supposed to have a TikTok on her own, but especially to be a troll in training by stepmom and daddy, like, that's just shameful and they should be ashamed of themselves. That's what kind of gets to me, that we know that they were doing shit like this on TikTok, harassing women and teaching the child to do that as well. And then when they're on their little channel, they try to act like the perfect parents. Nobody's perfect. I'm not going to say that. I'm not perfect, but they try to act like this real, oh, hi, honey. Oh, da, da. Like, come on. You were trolling with a child that was 12 years old on TikTok. And the kid was cussing this lady out. I mean, all that disrespectful, just like daddy. I would never allow that with my child. But I'm just going to play her 3. These are the last ones I think she had up that are public about the situation. Because you can't find anything. The only reason these are coming up is because she's replying to them. And that's, they can't hide that. But everything else has been hidden. So this is the first clip. I'm going to let her, explain what she's showing them as proof that she's not reporting. And we know how they are about that. Always twisting shit. But we know they like to be little Karens, but then cry and call people snitches, like Mr. Hogg today popping up on Twitter. He's under a Boss Hogg account now, trolling everybody, calling people snitches for reporting him after he was being the biggest Karen of them all. Report so-and-so. So they're real quick to report people, but once it's them, the audacity of someone to report us. Let me play this.
A little bit of proof that I didn't report the video. I wonder if y'all can do the same. And if y'all can, cool.
She's asking them to show the proof
that our
too.
friends have our backs. Just a little.
I'll make sure to save this video just in case it gets reported.
Oh, okay. So this is the second video, which I think she's having the back and forth with them. And the handle it's like Hidden Treasures 2020, something like that. That's Mrs. Hogg. So Mrs. Hogg was up in the mix over here going back and forth with this lady. And of course, she always puts it in the guise of, oh, I'm just defending my child. I'm just defending my husband. Well, girl, tell him to quit trolling people.
For any reason. And if that happens, I'll just put it back up and put it back up and put it back up. So now that I know that your child is a minor, I went ahead and I blurred out the first part of her name. But here she is saying that she's not a kid. She's a teenager. And since she inserted
And those are some of the screenshots I was showing. I just felt kind of uncomfortable. Like, I wanted to show an example. Like, yes, this was a child that was involved. And on the part where it shows like the red dots on the clip that I had put up on the first video I put up of this, because I didn't want to show her handle or nothing like that, because, you know, this kid doesn't know any better. The guidance that she's getting from a step parent and a dad is wrong. They should never have been doing this war, and they try to make it seem like this was a year and a half ago or 2 years ago. This was not. This lady's most recent reply to them was in June of 2021. So that was only a few months ago. So they were probably doing this shit right before they came over here and infiltrated this other community of women, and they started to blow up a little bit. And that's probably why they're on private, but I'm sure they were doing this shit on TikTok for a while. I think somebody said they do have some clips. I don't remember. I get so confused with like the comments. I'm kind of used to that. I forget where I was replying to, or sometimes it's on Twitter. But if anybody has any other clips of them, the videos that they've been hiding, I don't mind posting them.
For the grown folks stuff, and y'all didn't tell her to mind her damn business. I figured she was a teenager old enough to make grown-up decisions. And then here you are.
And I don't agree with that. Like, a minor's a minor, but come on, like, this lady was getting cussed out by this kid she was saying that she was a teenager, you know, kids lying. But of course, like I said, can you imagine? Like, I just cannot imagine a grown lady fighting with my child, and then me joining in the fight and going back and forth, and I just can't fathom, like, who in their right mind does shit like that. Like, as a parent, like, the whole situation would have been dead as soon as I found out that my kid was doing that. And I don't think that she started it. They're also trying to pin it on the kid. If you see the comments, it was freaking Roadhog, Boss Hog, whatever the hell, Bitch Hog, whatever you want to call him. It was him that started up with this lady because he was trolling that small business under his account. I think with this lady, she does have not a huge following, but she has a bit of a following. I think once she replied to him, gave him the attention that he craves so desperately, then the kid joined in because she said that she was there to defend her dad. So he started it. But can you imagine, like, how does the kid even know that he's doing that? That's embarrassing.
Calling your child a crotch goblin. Like, I get it. Only you're allowed to call your kid a crotch goblin. Cool beans. And then I went back and looking at my comments, and yeah, I called your daughter a disrespectful little crotch goblin back then. Weren't making such a big fuss about it back then, but y'all want to make a big fuss about it now. That's fine. She may not have attacked first this go around, but she attacked first last go around. So yeah, have a nice day.
And again, I don't agree with the lady. Oh, sorry. I don't agree with the lady going back and forth with the kid, but that has to be hard. But we know how they are. They're relentless. And then I cannot imagine then also the kid over here. And I do wonder, because he was on and on and on about how, you know, of course we know he can't stand his ex-wife, but he was like, oh, she's so protective of the daughter. I just wonder if the child's mother is aware that the father is doing this shit with the child. Like, I would be so livid if I found out that my kid's dad, my husband, was doing this shit with my kids. Like, I would be pissed at him.
I had to remove 3 trolls from my block list.
Oh, let me go back a little bit. This is her fed up. She's like trying to tell her followers, like, you know, I'm done with them. We know how they are. And see, that's what I think. They're not going away. They think that they're just like the trolls of, you know, the century that will never be gone, and, you know, whatever. But I'm glad this lady stuck up for herself, but I do feel bad for her because we know how they are.
I need y'all to listen up. I had to remove 3 trolls from my block list to put the Hawks on it, because I had maxed out my block list a long time ago. I think it's kind of stupid that TikTok...
Isn't that a shame and embarrassing? You had to get yourself blocked, Mr. Hogg, your wife blocked, and your child because you couldn't control your trolling and trying to get clout on TikTok.
TikTok has a max on the block list, but any whore. Their patheticness was getting really fucking annoying. When you start making videos and you turn off stitch and duet options.
That is silly. TikTok shouldn't be doing that. Like, come on. You shouldn't have to remove people that are probably harassing you or that you don't want to see, you know, in your comment section because they're saying dumb things. And then just to block some other trolls, you know, a troll family. I think they should change that. I don't know if it still exists because this was a few months ago, but that's not right.
Or when you make videos where you only want people to see what you want them to see. Or hell, even making videos and not even tagging the person you're talking shit about. That's just...
Doesn't that all sound so familiar? So familiar, the same tactics.
It's fucking pathetic. I'm washing my hands of the matter. Some can look at it that I'm giving up. I really don't give a shit. But I'm done. If y'all want to keep on, that's on y'all. I'm just done with it.
And who knows? This was in June of 2021. If they stopped and she just kept ignoring them, or if they were already coming this way. I don't know exactly when they came in, like over here into this community, or when they popped up and started popping off a little bit more on YouTube. Mrs. Hogg, I think, has only been around a few months, but that's probably the only reason they left this lady alone.
Like I said already, I didn't know that kid was 12 years old. She claimed that she was a teenager and not a kid. But it come to find out, she's not even a teenager. She's 12. And last I knew, you had to be 13 to have a TikTok.
True.
But now that I've said all that, I want to try something.
Any whore.
She's funny, this lady.
I can't believe she said it right. But she still can't say it. Just it's kind of like, you know, people can't say motherfucker like Samuel L. Jackson. And nobody can say bullshit like Dustin Hoffman. All right.
Okay. I just wanted to play. She seems like a sweet lady, and I just can't believe they were there harassing somebody before all this mess. Probably just as bad. But now, after Hoggageddon, with the whole night of the doxing and everything, I mean, this lady probably was lucky that it didn't get that far. I did want to say one thing, though. The reason that I wanted to put this up was not just to show the clips, but just to show the pattern of what they've been doing. And it's not for any good reason. It's all trolling. But that was all. I just wanted to kind of explain myself a little bit better because the wording, I could see that it wasn't coming across right. But thank you. Bye.
He's in my live stream? Report him. Report him. Report him. He's in my live.